It has been a while since I have sat down and recorded a video for the channel, but that finally ends today. I'm back with a huge video. Now, I haven't just ghosted off YouTube ever since our promotion. There's a reason behind it. I've got my A-level exams coming up tomorrow. Actually, the first one starts tomorrow, so that's why there's been a lack of videos over the past 2 weeks or so I do apologise for that, but sometimes you've got to study and you've got to work hard for the exams. They end on the 26th of May, so after that there'll be a lot of videos coming your way. Before we get rolling in today's video, I just would like to say, if there's anyone new who is watching this video that hasn't subscribed to the channel, there's bound to be at least 1,000 of you watching this that haven't subscribed. So if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed and you are looking for all the best Wrexham AFC content on YouTube, then get down there, hit the red subscribe button. Imagine everyone watching this right now who hasn't subscribed already gets down there and subscribes. We could easily hit 18,000 subscribers just off this video. I just do want to give a shout out to Iconic Sporting Highlights. They have provided us with this absolutely incredible Paul Mullin promotion print against Boreham Wood. You can pick one up yourself by clicking the first link in the description down below. There's also one in here that I will show you now. That is of just like a list of all the results that we've had this year, our squad lineup, some stats along the side. Honestly, they are a bargain for money, and there's the Paul Mullin print from last year. They are such good quality, they're glossy, they're £12.99. You cannot ask for a better print, they're memorable, and you'll look back on this, you'll hang it up on your wall and you'll think, that is the year that we did finally get out of the National League. And now finally back on today's video. Today I am bringing you some breaking Wrexham AFC transfer news. We all know Wrexham are back in the Football League. We're back competing in League 2 this year, which obviously means there's going to be more high profile names linked with the club. And I've got a whole host of names written down right in front of me of names that have been rumoured to the club, players that I'd like to see come and join for Wrexham FC. We're going to be reacting as well to the retained list, which was out this morning. So sit back, relax, because this is going to be a good video. So the first player that has been linked with a move to Wrexham FC is Matt Olosunde. Now, according to sources, the New Jersey-born right-back has received an offer from Wrexham. Again, before we start, I must say, none of these sources and rumours we don't know that they're 100% legit, but it's given us a video to talk about, and who knows, one of them might be right. So Olosunde is most likely going to depart Preston North End in the Championship after only playing twice for the Championship side this season. He featured 64 times over 2 seasons for Rotherham a few years back, so he's clearly got a bit of quality about him and he can clearly hack it at the higher leagues in the EFL. But the only thing that has been setting Olosunde back is injuries. He seems to be very injury prone, which is why his game time at Preston North End has been very limited, and if we could keep him fit, I'm sure he'd be a quality addition on that right hand side. And obviously we've seen that Reece Hall-Johnson, our right back, has departed the club today, so who knows, are we going to go in for extra cover on that right hand side in Olosunde. The next player to be rumoured with a move to Wrexham FC, this is a name that's been lingering around since around January time. We were linked with him in January, and now it's looking ever more likely that he might join Wrexham FC. That is Danny Mayer. Now, he's recently departed Plymouth Argyle after starting 30 games in their League 1 title winning campaign, and the reason why Danny Mayer has left is because he wants to be closer to home, which is nearer Wrexham. Obviously Plymouth Argyle is a long way away from where his home is, so who knows, there might be a chance that we could see Mayer in a Wrexham shirt. He's described by Plymouth Argyle fans as a magician and an incredible player on the ball, a playmaker, and some Argyle fans are going as far as saying he could have done a really good job for them in the Championship. The rumours that are currently doing the rounds is that Mayer is set to join Preston North End in the Championship, so if we were to get him, it would mean that it would be even more of a better signing than we already think it would be. We've seen it with Elliot Lee. He's dropped down from Luton Town in the Championship after having a solid season in League 1, so who's to say we cannot go in for Danny Mayer, and who's to say we can't see him in a Wrexham shirt in the summer? This would obviously require a lot of pull power from the owners and the manager Phil Parkinson to get him to drop down 2 leagues, but it's more than possible. I think he'd be an absolutely incredible addition. He turns 33 later on this year, but he's playing like he's in his mid-20s. You know, he's still got a lot to offer, and I still think he'd do a really, really good job in our starting 11. Now, the next player we're going to be talking about is Hal Robson-Kanu. Now, this isn't a transfer rumour, this is more of Robson-Kanu offering to play for Wrexham FC. Now, the Welshman recently offered to donate all of his salary to charity if he was to sign for Wrexham, which is an incredible touch, but I don't think Robson-Kanu would play a role week in, week out in this starting 11 team in League 2 next year. Obviously, he hasn't played a competitive league game in over 2 years, so make what you will of that. We've seen it with Foster. He was out for 8 months, and people were saying he was rusty coming into the starting 11. People were saying he was rusty when he first signed. Think about how Robson-Kanu hasn't played in over 2 years, so in my opinion, I think we should be turning away from these inactive players. The fact that we might be going in for them because of their high profile names, I think we should sort of turn away from that now and get players who are in their prime that actually have a long future ahead at the football club. And like I said, it's a serious project that is happening at Wrexham FC, and you want to be signing new, exciting players. So for me, I don't think Hal Robson-Kanu will end up signing for Wrexham FC. He's doing a great role as a pundit, but if he's going to come out of retirement, I think he should have done it last year, but now it seems a bit of a stretch getting a player that's been inactive for over 2 years to come and play for Wrexham FC. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to happen. The next name we are going to be talking about is Johnny Smith. Now, Rob Ryan Red on Twitter recently put up that they would like to see the return of Johnny Smith to Wrexham FC. Now, all the new Wrexham fans that are watching this video, Johnny Smith came through the ranks at Wrexham Football Club. He only made one appearance for us, which I remember it was Macclesfield away in the 15-16 season, before making his big move up to the Championship to Bristol City. And ever since then, he's been tearing it up on the wing for the likes of Burton Albion, AFC Fylde, Oldham Athletic. So he's been around the leagues and he's full of quality, and he's recently rejected a new contract at League One side Burton Albion, meaning he's a free agent for anyone to sign. Now, it would be interesting if we were to go in for Johnny Smith, because obviously he's a predominant winger. Obviously, we've seen with Barnett, he can play attacking and defensive, but I couldn't see Johnny Smith doing a defensive role. He's definitely more of an attacking winger. So it would be interesting to see if we were to go in for Johnny Smith. How would we utilise the formation? How would we utilise him in the starting 11? Would we change some things around? And if we were to go in for a winger, that would be a big statement of intent regarding formation, and if we could somehow get Johnny Smith to play more of a wing-back role. Obviously, he offers a lot in a starting 11 team, as he's shown the last couple of years at various different clubs, and there's been rumours of him going to another League One club. There's rumours that League One clubs are swarming around wanting him to sign pen to paper for their club. So do I think Wrexham will go in for Johnny Smith? No. Would it be a good signing? Yes, but I think the likelihood of this happening is quite slim. That's not down to me thinking we couldn't afford him, we couldn't get him to come down to League 2. I think we could easily do it. I just think it's a matter of the fact that we don't play wingers in our starting 11. The next name we're going to be talking about is a name that I have talked about a hell of a lot on these videos this past season, Alfie May. Now, he's recently told Cheltenham Town that he does want to move on, and he said he wants a new challenge away from the football club. Now, this means there's an increased chance of us going in for Alfie May. Obviously, we're one of the rumoured clubs to be going in with him, alongside the likes of Millwall, Charlton Athletic, Huddersfield Town, Birmingham City, Luton Town, you name it. There's a whole host of League One and Championship clubs wanting to sign Alfie May. Now, he had an incredible season in League One this year, scoring 20 times in 38 games, so it's clear to see why the likes of the teams I've just named are wanting to go in for him and wanting to sign him. At 29 years of age, obviously Alfie May has got to make the right decision. He's in the peak of his form, he's in the peak of his career, and he needs to think logically. Does he want to challenge himself all the way up in the Championship, which could mean less game time, but it's the experience of playing in the Championship. It'd be once in a lifetime. Or does he want to drop down to sign for Wrexham FC? The whole project that is going on, does that excite him more than a Championship club? You never know. You really don't know with this. Like, it's happened with Paul Mullin. We obviously saw Paul Mullin, I think, could easily play for a Championship club. Definitely any team outside the top 15 in the Championship. But he dropped down to the National League, and that seemed to pay off. We're back in League 2. So it would be very interesting to see if we were to sign Alfie May. And now it's just a question of if we can compete with multiple Championship clubs to land his signature. In my opinion, I reckon he's going to go to the Championship. For me, he'll test himself at either the likes of Birmingham City, or he might go to League One side Charlton Athletic. It's either between Birmingham and Charlton Athletic for me. I reckon he'll go to one of those two teams. Now, the next name is going to shock you. It's a ridiculous claim. Sorber Thomas. Now, Sorber Thomas is one of the names that is rumoured to be a transfer target for Wrexham AFC this summer. It's rumoured by journalist Dean Jones that Sorber Thomas is obviously a transfer target of ours in the summer. Now, if you don't know, Sorber Thomas plays his football in the Championship for Huddersfield Town, but most recently spent half of the season on loan at Blackburn Rovers, who narrowly missed out on playoffs. He's a right winger who's got a lot of key attributes to his game. He's got good dribbling, he's got pace, he can score goals, and it would be ridiculous if he did decide to drop down to League 2 for Wrexham FC, as he can easily be playing for a top 10 Championship team. It doesn't help the fact as well that his contract runs out in 2026, so it would require a big transfer fee. In my opinion, Huddersfield would not take anything below £4 million for Sorber Thomas, which I think it would be a ridiculous amount of money to spend in League 2. Obviously, we don't know that this is 100% true. According to Dean Jones, Wrexham want more Welsh players to fit the current model going forward, so it would make sense. Sorber Thomas is Welsh, and if you didn't know already, Sorber Thomas actually represented Wales at the 2022 World Cup. He made an appearance in Qatar with the World Cup for Wales, so it would be absolutely crazy if we were to go in and sign Sorber Thomas. He's a name that most football fans know from his time at Boreham Wood, and then he got his big exciting move to Huddersfield Town, where I think it's fair to say he's been smashing it in the Championship. If Sorber Thomas is looking to move on, in my opinion, there's more chance of him going to Blackburn back on a permanent transfer, or signing for another Championship club. If he was to drop down 2 leagues, I think there'd be questions asked. It would be very interesting if he was to drop down to League 2 to sign for Wrexham FC. I'm not saying in any way that I'd be complaining, that I wouldn't be happy with this transfer. I think it would just be crazy if we were to sign him, and only time will tell if there is any truth behind this rumour and if Sorber Thomas will join Wrexham FC. For now, I'm going to say no, this isn't going to happen, because it just seems a ridiculous claim to say that he's going to drop down and sign for Wrexham in League 2. And the final name that has been rumoured to join Wrexham FC is again reported by journalist Dean Jones, obviously Ipswich Town winger Wes Burns. Now, Burns played 42 times for the Tractor Boys, with 19 goal contributions as they gained promotion to the Championship, finishing second in League 1. He seems happy at Ipswich Town, and he'll no doubtably play a big role in the Championship for them next year. So it will take a lot to get Wes Burns to join the club. According to that Dean Jones as well, we're trying to get more Welsh players to fit the current model. I think these 2 names that he has put forward, I wouldn't say unrealistic. I'd say Sorber Thomas, yes, maybe. Wes Burns, not so much. But they're very, very big name players to just think that we're going to be able to get them, because I think it'll be very, very tough if we did want to sign them. But nonetheless, Burns would add so much attacking quality to our front line going into the season next year. Again, I'm not saying in any way, shape or form that this is going to happen, but we've seen it with Ben Foster. Over 350 appearances in the Premier League, he's decided to drop down to Wrexham in the National League, so never say never with any football player potentially joining Wrexham. So that is the latest players that have been rumoured with a move to the Racecourse Ground. Now we're going to be discussing the retained list that has come out this morning. So the players that will not be offered new contracts are Ryan Austin, Kai Calderbank Park, Malik Dykesteel, Reece Johnson, Jake Hyde, Harry Lennon, Rory Watson, Tom Jenkins, Dan Jones, Louis Lloyd and Will Mountfield. Am I surprised with any of them? No. Am I disappointed? Yes, with that man right there. Hall Johnson, I think it's very disappointing to see the last couple of years, because obviously he started so strongly in his first spell at Wrexham Football Club, and then ever since we started adding more quality to our team, he sort of just was forgotten about in the starting 11, and I think he does have a lot of quality in himself, and I think he can do a really good job for another National League team. Who knows, he might get a move to League 2 as well. I definitely think he'd do a really good job in League 2 as well. So I just want to say best of luck to Reece Johnson in the future, because he's been a great servant to the club. He scored that absolute thunder rocket of a goal away in Notts County. He's provided many memories as well, Wealdstone away. So yeah, best of luck in the future to Reece Johnson, and a best of luck in the future to everyone on this list who's unfortunately not been offered a new contract. The two players that will be offered new contracts are Liam McAlinden, and a discussion will take place with Ben Foster if he intends on carrying on his footballing career. Now this is interesting. Liam McAlinden, obviously we were having a discussion the other day and we did say that we reckon Howard and McAlinden will be offered new contracts, and we've seen by this retained list they have. Ben Foster, we'd love him to stay. We would absolutely love it if Ben Foster gave us one more year of GoPro in the goal in League 2. Do I think he'll do it? I think a lot of people are overconfident. Obviously, Ben Foster's entered the media side of things the past couple of months, and I think he's been smashing it with his YouTube channel, his podcasts. So it will take a lot of temptation to make him play another 12 months of football. Is it possible? Yes. Will we pull it off? I'm 50-50, I'm on the line with this one, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. And a disappointing bit of news is Harry Lennon has retired at age 28 now. This is really disappointing because Harry Lennon, he seemed a good defender in the games that we saw him play, and obviously injuries have got the better of him, and it's disappointing to see that he's had to retire due to the extent of his injury. So again, whatever he does next in his managerial career, his coaching career, we don't know what it's going to be. We just wish him the best of luck. And obviously the players' contracts have been extended by a further year are Mark Howard, Anthony Ford and Paul Mullins. So they all obviously had a clause in their contract that if we got promoted, their contract would be extended another year. I'm happy with all three of them signing on. And then obviously Owen Cushion, the youth player, has signed a new deal. So yeah, am I shocked with any names on this list? Not really. I'm disappointed with Hall Johnson, but I mean, that's what happens when we move up the leagues. Players have got to go eventually, and yeah, we wish them all the best of luck for the future. If you did enjoy today's video, get down there, drop a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Wish me luck for my exams in the next 2 weeks or so. Yeah, I'll need it. Let's hope we can pull through, and let's get back to the content on YouTube very, very soon. Until then, I'll see you guys up the town.